Good day, folks. I have decided to come back here to Fairhaven Memorial Park, which is joined with Santa Ana Cemetery. I was here over a month ago visiting the graves of Corrie ten Boom and Pastor Chuck Smith. And then a short time after that, I visited the Anaheim Cemetery and covered the grave of a Union soldier. Now I've decided to come back here to the Santa Ana Cemetery I'm going to cover the grave of a Confederate soldier. Yes, there are Confederate soldiers that are buried in California. There's thousands and thousands of Civil War veterans that are buried in California. Most of them are here in Southern California. A minority of them are Confederates, most are Union. But I decided to pick this guy just at random. There is quite a list of soldiers, Union and Confederate, that's available. I'm going to put a link to that in the description below, and you can check it out for yourself. This particular guy I just chose at random. His name is Charles William Humphreys. So he's over here behind this tree. He's buried here with his whole family. You can see that red truck, which that truck doesn't belong to me. And there's a red chair over there. The chair is mine. Let's go check out his grave. All right, Charles William Humphreys was born in 1836 in Kentucky. He died here in Orange County, California in 1896. He served in the Confederate Army as a junior second lieutenant, Company E, for the state of Missouri. This is him right here. Okay, after the war, Lieutenant Humphreys and his family came out here. He served a year and a half in the Confederate Army during the war. He was discharged in 1862. It's probably an honorable discharge. And shortly thereafter, he moved out here with his family. His wife, Cordelia, is buried right here. She died just a few years after he did. He died, well, this note says 1896, but his gravestone says 1895, so, all right, she died just 7 or 8 years after he did. They had 6 children, the last of which died in 1957. He had one child that died at 2 years of age, fortunately. But Charles Humphreys made quite a life for himself after the war, as many soldiers did. Many soldiers worked on the railroads. They worked in the booming oil industry. They worked in mines. They worked in farms. But this guy became a successful real estate man. He was part owner of the Santa Ana Blade newspaper for 6 years. And then, voila, in 1875, he was elected Justice of the Peace in the Superior Court, the California Superior Court in the city of Santa Ana. So there you have it. He went from being a lieutenant soldier in the Civil War to being a Superior Court judge. The community apparently loved him. They really loved this guy because when he died, according to his Find a Grave page, Main Street of Santa Ana, I know right where that is. I worked there for many years. It was clogged with traffic, with foot traffic, with carriages, horses, people that were attending his funeral service. There were hundreds of people that came out and mourned for him. So no doubt a lot of people were standing right here at his graveside where I'm seated right now. What's my point? My point is that war is bad, and national division is bad. Our country was in real danger of splitting apart before the Civil War, and even after the Civil War. Southerners still had no good feelings toward the federal government, but President Lincoln and the federal government, they sought means of reconciliation. They helped rebuild the South. There were problems after that, but we miraculously, by God's help, maintain ourselves as one country. And what did all these veterans do, like Charles Humphreys? Well, they went on with life. They contributed to society. They made a good living for themselves. They took advantage of opportunities. They helped. They were a strong force in building this country to where it is now. So, rest in peace, Mr. Lieutenant Humphreys, Judge, Your Honor, whatever he went by. I'm just so glad, guys, ladies, we need to be kind to our veterans. We can't treat them with disdain like we did with the Vietnam veterans. Now, we have to treat them with honor and respect because they took their lives into their hands to serve this country. Now, Charles Humphreys he was on the Confederate side. He was on the side that I didn't agree with. That was a side that stood for some things that were not good. You know what I'm talking about. But God got us past that time in history, and here we are today. Thank you, Your Honor, the most honorable Judge Humphreys, for your service to our country. Like I said, this is his wife, Cordelia, and his children are buried here too. Judge Humphreys didn't really live beyond 60 years of age. His wife didn't live far beyond that either. His children, this one here looks like he died at 26 or 25. This guy here was 11 years old. These are his other children. So, yeah. Let's love our veterans and do good with them, because after war, they have a lot to offer us.